Attention contractors! You want to hear a little secret? Besides all the awesome keynote speakers, panels, debates, and breakout sessions, we host the largest trade show expo floor on the planet at the Windstorm Conference. At WTS, you can tour our massive trade show expo floor and meet with many of your favorite industry vendors, manufacturers, service, and technology providers. You also may meet some new ones that will help you scale your company to scale it in 2020. They're all coming! Meet with your favorite building suppliers like ABC, Beacon, SRS, USLBM, and many more. Or how about some of your favorite manufacturers? GAF, TAMCO, Owens Corning, Malarkey, IKO, CertainTeed, Tilcor, Duralast, Decra, and many more of your favorite manufacturers. Or check out some of our many technology and service providers like Hilltrace, Acculinks, Xactimate, and many more. What's up, Derek? Booyah, baby. At WTS, we're also going to bring you the latest in drone and virtual reality technology. We're going to show you the latest industry-specific training on the planet on how to use this new technology to scale your company in 2020. So come join the shakers and movers of the industry at the Windstorm Conference and Trade Show Expo on February 20, 21, 22 at the Phoenix Convention Center and make the decision to scale it in 2020. Booyah, baby!
And good afternoon, everyone. Sorry we're a few minutes late. Miss Computer here decided to not work. But she's working now. We are good. So it is time for our daily hail forecast. Let's thank our sponsor, C3 Group, as well as the Merlin Group. Thank you guys, as always, for sponsoring these videos. So we are doing our hail forecast at this time. So, and we're going to a lot of places. So where in the world are we going? Well, there are a lot of places where we're going. Let's start out with our Highway to Hail tour. Omaha, we already went to. Today, though, we are in Denver. And as far as I know, I believe it is sold out, which is awesome. Atlanta, Georgia is next on the 29th, February 10th here in Oklahoma City. Then we're going south to Dallas on February 12th, to Charlotte on the 26th. The 28th will be Orlando, and then for March it will be Chicago, Minneapolis on the 5th, and then lastly will be Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on March 10th. Oh, but wait, there is more. These are some dates that we will be doing our forecast with certainty. So if you're in any of these cities, make sure you sign up for those as well. Greenville, Norman, Minneapolis again, Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte as well again, and then almost said Chicago again, but Toledo, Ohio on February 27th. And yes, there's even more. We are going to, of course, some trade shows. Here are the ones that we are going to. We are going to the CRA trade show in Denver, this SRC Summit in Dallas, the TAMCO event, the IRE, Win the Storm, and the PDR College. So if you're going to any of these, make sure you stop by our booth and say hi. And if you're interested in knowing more about us and how we can help you, we can give you some more information as well. So this day in history, it's kind of a little of a, not really personal. I lived in Rapid City for grad school, so this is kind of connected to me a little bit. But back in 1943, there were something called Chinook winds, and I'll explain what those are in just a second. But in the early morning hours in Spearfish, South Dakota, which is just north of Rapid City, there was a major temperature increase. It went from -4 degrees to 45 degrees. So a 49-degree difference in just 2 minutes. And yes, that is the fastest, most dramatic recorded temperature change on record in the entire world. It's still set. It hasn't been broken. It's pretty neat. But then 90 minutes later, the temperature dropped from 54 down to -4. And that just happened in a span of 27 minutes. And then in downtown Rapid City, which again is just south of Spearfish, the temperature warmed from 5 degrees to 54 in just 20 minutes. So just a little bit of history with that. And then how did this happen? I'll try and make this as painless as possible. This is going to look a little scary. This is actually from the Monthly Weather Review back in 1943. What happened is, here are the Black Hills in southwestern South Dakota. We had some warm air getting lifted up the mountains and cooler air coming down south. Those two collided and created those conditions. And here's a little bit more detail. I made this map. Oh, it's so pretty. Yes, I know. Very bright too. But how it happens is that we have the Rocky Mountains, and we'll have a high pressure to the west of the Rockies, a very strong low pressure to the east. And what happens is that some very cool, moist, stable air rises up. That air cools and expands. And then those clouds and precipitation form, and heat is released during the process of water vapor turning into water. The rain falls out, air is cooling, and of course the clouds go away because it let everything out. That cool air is then, it's condensed, it's compressing, and on the east side air, which is this side, on the east side of the mountains, it's getting heated, it's compressing, and then it speeds up and causes that warm temperature change. Yes, there's a lot to it, and you can look online. I believe there is a source below that you can click on if you're interested in learning more about that. So, without boring you any more about what Chinook winds are, if I can get the button to work, there we go. Nothing going on today, guys, sorry. No hail is expected whatsoever, and then of course there are no severe winds either expected. And as we get into the next 24 hours, unfortunately, we're not going to be experiencing anything either. And this computer is just dragging. Here we go. Come on, girl. We can do this. Go. Show up for me. There we go. No severe hail or wind is expected tomorrow either. It's not typical or atypical for January. It's quiet, and I've been warning you the last few days that it's going to be quiet. And this is why. It is cold. It is messy. Florida is... I can't even go to Florida right now. That's pretty sad. But yes, it's just a mess in the middle of the country. This is the system I've been talking about, watching to see if maybe there could be a little chance of severe weather, maybe. But there's absolutely nothing. So let's get into the upper levels. We'll try and close this out. This computer is having a fit, but we are going to work with it. Here we go. Okay, here's the system that we're talking about. Thursday, Friday, bringing in some more cold air for the east, and we're going to stay quiet, quiet, quiet. And then here comes another little system that we'll be watching as we get into the beginning of next week. It doesn't look very promising, but it's something that we need to watch. Going to the surface, it is a mess. The eastern part of the coast is just going to get all rainy and snowy, and I'm glad I'm not in the northeast right now. And then here comes the next little system that we'll be watching as we get into Tuesday. So that is at the surface. And why are we not really concerned for severe weather with that next system? Well, Our best friend Cape is pretty much not going to be around. It's going to be dead and quiet. Here we go, Monday and Tuesday, and there's a little bit, but other than that, there's not a whole lot to work with. So, sorry guys, it's going to be quiet for a bit. Hopefully, maybe if you guys do some hill dances, Mother Nature can throw us a surprise. But besides that, it's going to be quiet. Yes, and without further ado, it's the end. You know what to do, right? If you haven't set us first on Facebook page, make sure you do that. All you need to do is click follow, select see first, and if we do post anything, you will be the first to know because you have it set first. We also have our new website. It started in March, and yeah, it's going to be a year old soon. Can't believe it's been that long already, hey! But if you're having any issues navigating or anything like that, whether it's the PC or our mobile app, please call us. We can set up a training for you, and I need to make sure I press the right button so we don't go backwards. But if you have any questions, concerns, you just want to say hi, you want to get to know what we do here at Hilltrace, the products that we have that could help you, give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hilltrace.com and check out our site at www.hilltrace.com. And we also have an Instagram page, so please feel free to follow us there as well. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday.